What makes Cyberpunk 2077 so special?
Duo of Johnny Silverhands coming up.
3 life paths. On starting point. An outlaw on his quest for a chip. This one is for all the gamers out there because your gaming experience is going to get 1,000,000,000 times better. All the gamers already know how special this game is and how hyped up it has been since it was first announced. A first look at the official trailer for Cyberpunk 2077. An open-world game developed by the Poland-based studio CD Projekt Red will leave you wondering what the year 2077 will actually be like. But the game is way more than that. Hello, Gamer Army! This is your guy, Heisenberg, and you're watching The Watch Culture. In today's episode, we'll be unveiling everything you need to know about the talk of the town, Cyberpunk 2077. But before we hop into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Users play as V in Cyberpunk 2077, a mercenary, outlaw, and cyberpunk armed with cybernetic upgrades, arm blades, and a bionic eye, and whatnot. V is searching for a special chip or prototype implant that's the secret to immortality. The open world of the game is set in the fictional Night City. This dystopian megalopolis, called the City of the Future, is teeming with powerful people, glamour, and violence. However, players have been waiting for the release of this game for too long because of the constant delays.
Get the fuck out!
Once again, Cyberpunk 2077 had been postponed until the 10th of December. Developer CD Projekt Red says that a launch day patch for the title, which was previously scheduled for November 19th, is still running. It partially attributes to the delay to its multi-platform release, which will see the game released through console hardware, PC, and Google Stadia for 2 generations. For its impressive gaming info, Cyberpunk 2077 stands out. The developers of the game have also recently partnered with NVIDIA as an official technology partner to implement a ray tracing rendering technique that will help create realistic light effects within the game. NVIDIA defines Cyberpunk 2077 in an official release as an incredibly ambitious game, mixing first-person perspective and deep role-playing, while also creating an intricate game. In the same release, Adam Badowski, head of the studio CD Projekt Red, was quoted as saying that we can add another layer of depth and verticality to the already impressive megacity in which the game takes place with the ray tracing. No wonder the game won more than 100 awards at the Electronic Entertainment Expo or E3 last year, and an annual event where video game publishers show new and upcoming productions. The first Cyberpunk title, Cyberpunk 2013, published in 1988, introduced players to the world of the dark future. 3 supplementary books, fleshing out the universe and character roles, were released. A second version, titled Cyberpunk 2020, was released in 1990, and the timeline was moved forward 7 years to 2020. In 1993, with Cyber Generation, the timeline was again moved forward by another 7 years. In a more dangerous world, the Cyber Generation centered on supernatural abilities. The Firestorm books were published in 1997. These 2 adventure books, originally 3, were intended to introduce the player to the premise of the Fourth Corporate War and bring the plot forward into the late 2020s to 30s. The campaign pitched the player against Arasaka, but in the series, with the support of several of the named characters such as Morgan Blackhand and Johnny Silverhand, a third Firestorm book was expected, but the Cyberpunk version 3.0 rulebook ultimately became part of it. Cyberpunk version 3.0 was released in 2005. The timeline was moved into the 2030s and was a direct follow-up to the Firestorm series events. Polish video game developer CD Projekt Red revealed in 2013 that they had received the license to produce video games based on the Cyberpunk franchise. Partnering closely with a Polish studio with producers Mike Pondsmith, Cyberpunk 2077 will shift the timeline into the year 2077 even further. In 2018, the game had a total unveiling, with players taking on the role of V, a lowly cyberpunk in Night Region. Now, for the main part, its special features. Starting with the plotline, the story shows protagonist V finding the immortality chip. See V and Jackie Willis having to steal it from the Arasaka Corporation for information for the prologue. Things go wrong, of course, and V is deceived and seemingly killed.
I'm sorry.
legendary rocker Johnny Silverhand, played by Keanu Reeves, is haunting them, except not necessarily, and top it off, V is evidently kept alive by the chip of immortality. But why and for what purpose? And why would Johnny want Night City to be burned to the ground?
We have a city to burn.
It's important to answer a variety of questions, but it could all begin a lot more differently. Although some games prefer to concentrate on the distinction between man and machine, such as Detroit Become Human, another fantastic futuristic game, this game will also discuss cybernetic improvements and the trend of self-alteration for humans themselves. This would definitely add an interesting aspect to the game. The bar for the level of difficulty has been raised and only a legend can make it through the game. You die if you get fired. There's no dwindling health bar, no easy way to make your way through the fight. It's treated in real life, where you have a high risk of dying if you've been shot once. Talking about the location used in the game, they don't actually just mean in real life when they talk about using familiar locations. They verified that a pen and paper RPG is based on this game. Aren't they just great at adapting video games to other media? This seems to be what is best achieved by this game maker. They referred to the main character as V, but V is not a fixed character, unlike their most popular game. It has been verified that he was the story's hero, setting out his entire backstory, appearance, and personality. V does have a blank slate, however. Like other open-world games, like Dragon Age or Skyrim, you're free to modify this character in any way you want to make the game more unique to you. Their first name is Open, their last name is Open, their look, as is their gender, honestly that's pretty cool. What makes this game cooler is that Keanu Reeves is part of the game as the legendary rocker, Johnny Silverhand. Could this game get any better? Well, I don't think so. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.